So this is from Carol. We're moving
Oh,
with
no,
children.
yeah.
How do
I know
Spanish
which one.
states how do Spanish state schools compare with international schools?
Over to Lisa.
Do you know what? This is an interesting one, because as a parent who sends their children to international schools,
Yeah,
I get the comment, and I think you would get the same comment in the UK. Why private school over your normal state school? Why international school over a Spanish state school? And for both sides of that, it's not because there is anything wrong with the Spanish state school. And I'll give you an example of that. We moved over here with a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old.
yeah.
We wasn't sure how long we would be here. We didn't know what the future held, as in welcome estates in the business, etc. So I wasn't sure how long Tommy, my 7-year-old, would be out of UK school. And I was quite nervous because I didn't want him to be here for 1-2 years. He's not learned anything at school because he has no Spanish, and then going back and him being behind. That was the reason why I put him in an international school at that point. Charlie was too young to go to the international school, so he started off at state nursery with the plan to, if we stayed, I would move him over to Tommy. I didn't move Charlie over until he was 7 in the end. So I left him there for 5 years. That's how much he was settled, how he was learning, it was helping him actually adapt to Spanish life so much better than Tommy. I could take Charlie down to the Algorfa village and he would get right stuck in with all the Spanish children. Tommy would be the one sat on the sidelines a little bit because he's been a little bit more sheltered because he's not been immersed into Spanish life like Charlie was. So going roundabout, it depends on the reason why you're doing it, really. And secondly, can you afford international schools? Because just like private schools, they're a big investment. But the investment to me came from the fact that I wanted my children to come to Spain, learn the Spanish language, but still have the UK curriculum and the UK credit. So at 17, 18, at whatever age you go to university nowadays, is it older than that, Raki? You know, you're using the teaching game.
No, it's 18. It's 18.
18.
Yeah.
They would have those qualifications where they could go and study in any university throughout the world. But Charlie did so well in Spanish school until he was 7.
Okay, right.
I think it's the fact that they're that bit younger as well, actually. Yeah. I think for anybody coming over who's maybe got kids 14 or 15, it's maybe too late to just throw them straight into Spanish state school, because obviously everything's in Spanish.
Yeah, and I think that's something to remember. And we get comments sometimes, but why are they not in English? Because you're in Spain. When you was a teacher in the UK, did you teach in any other language but English?
Only street language.
The street language.
The only English and street language.
And don't get me wrong, that in these sort of areas, there's a lot more English children there, or there's lots of children from other languages where, again, that common language is English. So Spanish schools probably have had to adapt to the English language more, but the truth is the curriculum is taught in Spanish. So your children need to get a level of Spanish before they can learn.
Okay. Well, you see, we need to get some more property sold, because this international school sounds expensive.